I believe that leadership is like an apprenticeship.
Okay.
Yes.
Leadership is like an apprenticeship.
Yes.
Okay.
So you understudy, you get to understand, you unlearn, you relearn, and learn again.
You get to
Then,
understand, you learn,
yes,
you relearn, and learn again
yes,
as a leader.
yes. So that when person A, who is leading you, is not there, you will be able to learn from his mistake, what he did, his shortfalls, and you come knowing his shortcomings and then strengthening your strength to ensure that you're able to achieve something bigger and greater at the end of the day. Not to your benefit, but to the benefit of your people. So I contested for 8-year presidency that same year. That was in 2021. And
You
God,
won.
no, that was in 2022, sorry.
Okay, last two
Yes,
years.
yes. And I won. Fortunately, I went unopposed.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Me.
And it was a big deal for a big deal, but yes, so on a smooth path for you.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm grateful to God and the people of Atlantic. It
Sure.
means they believed in me. Yeah,
SK. Recently, I saw on your school social media platforms and an entrepreneurship program with the theme the Road Monsters, Fairies and Angels being hosted at your house. Could you please briefly tell us what it entails? Actually, a couple of us glancing through your social media page and came across a number of these seminar or conference, if you would call it, on entrepreneurial um, fairs, among others. Could you tell us what it entails and
yeah.
briefly explain it to us?
All right. So, thank you, Andy. This university is an internationally recognized university, and we do not only train people to actually get book knowledge and leave. Now, the strategic vision of the university is to empower students for them to be entrepreneurial minded.
Okay.
So that after school, nobody relies on government for jobs, but are able to set
Even
up.
if you're not doing anything related to entrepreneurship, you still have to partake in that conference just to gain that knowledge.
Sure. So as I speak right now, regardless of the program that you do, there is a course in level 300. Some people also take it in 400. That is called entrepreneurship. Just to empower everybody and to give everybody entrepreneurial knowledge. This very one you are talking about, it was an inaugural lecture which was delivered by um, Professor Ejapon of DAPCA, School of Business, yes, to tell us about entrepreneurship and its research knowledge there. And it highlighted some few things, the challenges that entrepreneurs do go through and the way forward. I remember there was a part that he highlighted in the inaugural lecture that I would like to also share with our viewers and
Sure.
yourself. Yes. You know, the most reason why most businesses are failing in our societies is that a young man who has finished university wants to set up will go and acquire a shop, go and get some few items, procure them, and would want to sell and gain profit. The moment you open the shop, you are running the business for like 2 months. Everybody in the community sees you to be a big one.
Yeah.
Auntie AC wants loan, you are the first person that your name comes to mind. Papa go sees child and university is calling him for school fees, and you are the first person that your name comes in mind. So the society sees you to be a billionaire, you are well to do, and so there's so much dependency on young entrepreneurs, and that is what is causing most businesses and entrepreneurs not to grow in our society. So the failures you are seeing is a too much dependency of society on them.
So to better
Yes,
understand this clearly and for my audience as well to
sure.
really partake in it as you are even explaining this for the benefit of us, what you're trying to put across is that as a startup entrepreneur, you
Sure.
don't outrightly zoom into your business by buying things, for example, maybe getting a shop. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I just cited an example. So what I'm trying to say is that there is too much societal
Okay,
dependency
okay. The
on
theme is
startup entrepreneurs.
sure
And so it is stifling them and not making them
to
to grow.
grow.
Yes. So you end up using your profit, which is supposed to be plowed back into the businesses, to do philanthropic works rather than actually invest into the businesses and ensuring that it is growing. I think this was some few things that came out of the inaugural lecture that I picked and would like to share.
You undertook a mass NHIS registration and renewal exercise under your administration. What prompted this action and how far is it? Did you go on that?
Thank you very much, Andy. The SRC, as an official organ of all the junior members of the university, okay, uphold in high esteem the welfare of our students. And when we talk about welfare, we cannot exclude health. And so the SRC, as part of our initiative to ensure that each and every student benefits from the free healthcare policy that the university and the SRC is running, every student is supposed to have a renewed NHIS card.
Every student.
Yes, every student, in order to benefit from that policy.
Yeah.
So what we are doing is that since students are so busy with their academics that they may not be able to go to the NHIS office to renew or get their new cards, why not we bring it to their doorstep so that they just wake up from their hall, spend like 30 to 20 minutes and get it done
Yeah.
in order to benefit from this free healthcare policy that we are doing. And I can say on authority that we've done about 6 halls. Yes,
Okay.
we will continue into March and even be at main campus for some time to ensure that each and every student has renewed or registered the NHIS
So
card.
it's still running.
Yes,
It's
please.
still going on.
Yeah.
And the students are really partaking and actively registering and renewing their
Yes.
NHIS.
Yes, that's it's very massive. It's a
Okay.
30-day program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You held a financial intelligence and awareness workshop as well on the 23rd of February. What was the motive behind this initiative?
Yeah. So on the financial intelligence and awareness workshop, it was a program that we collaborated with the Financial Intelligence Center of Ghana to create awareness on the role of the youth in combating money laundering activities and terrorism financing. The youth today, most of us, are being used as conduits for money laundering activities. And it is because we are ignorant of the fact that something like that is in existence. Most of us are being used for terrorism financing. And when we say terrorism finance, it doesn't mean you are giving money to terrorists. It can even be hosting of terrorists in your place.
Okay.
So a stranger comes and say, "Oh, I've come to see I'm come to take my certificate from the school, but I have no place to sleep. Please, can you let me perch there?" Whilst you do not know the person. What if you wake up and the whole place is bombed? So these are all things about terrorism financing and money laundering activities. People creating bank accounts for other people. You see there will be transfer of huge and bulk money into the account. They will withdraw and then they are gone. Yes. And this MTN mobile money, Vodafone cash scam that has been going on, just to sensitize students on this and how together as a country and as a youth we can combat this activity so it doesn't become a canker in our community.
Sure.
Yeah.
I also saw on your status the registration of renewal of association of clubs and association
Sure.
on campus. Why the need to renew an association or a club which is on a campus or which the school body or the student body generated or started? Why is it need to renew it?
Okay, so the SRC does not work in isolation. Yes, we have a committee called the Amalgamated Committee. And this committee is one that houses the associations, clubs, and societies on campus.
Okay.
We believe that these are all facets of leadership in a school. And the student handbook of the school, which is the Bible of students in school,
Okay.
ensures that each and every club is registered so that their activities will be monitored.
Okay.
Yes. That's
Okay.
why they are all registered and then being renewed on a yearly basis to inform us of the
So
activities and
so
all of
so
that.
so from your submission, it is the school that is renewing the school management, or that there's another body that oversees the school or the management of the school.
The SRC is actually the ones registering these people, but the SRC works um, in collaboration with the office of the dean of students, and so the registration is done with the SRC and the dean of students,
Okay.
office of the dean of students, to ensure that all clubs and associations are duly recognized on campus. Yes. Andy, you attest me what will happen if associations and clubs are not registered and anybody at all can just wake up and create one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be a lot. And
Yes.
you can't also hold anybody for creating any group,
Sure.
because since you have allowed this a group to be
Sure.
operating, it's also much prudent for
Sure.
them to also operate. So
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same way they register businesses in the country.
In the country. As of the time you were the president of the Atlantic Corps, did you have any ambition of contesting for the presidency? I know you were narrating to me how your ambition for politics or student leadership and all that began, and you went in for that. But with a point of aspiring for the that position, did you know you'll get here as the SRC president, and what's at the back of your mind to force and push it on to be able to get where you are now?
Okay. Thank you, Andy. I think before I started this, I mentioned the quote
Yeah.
from Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King
That has
Jr.
been my driving force with everything. That I have. So whenever I'm there, it dawns on me. I've not started living
Wow.
until my impact is being felt by other
Other
people.
people.
Yes. And how do I do that? Gain the experience, you've gotten the knowledge, the people have given opportunity to serve, you have utilized whatever you have at this small level. So why not go up there so I can serve the entire student fraternity?
Wow. That's the larger on a larger scale.
Yes. Why not do it so that you can contribute to the welfare of students? And so that's what drove me. There were several things that I had in mind to do as a president, but because of time constraints, I couldn't do. And I felt that if I'm given the opportunity to serve as the SRC president, I'll be able to ensure that certain policies, certain initiatives are being brought on board to cushion the life of the ordinary student to have a successful life on campus.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So as SK, as is popularly called on campus, is on a mission to cushion the lives of students, which is embarking on the quote from Martin Luther King Jr. to be able to let other people feel his leadership and benefit whatever blessing or whatever gift he has within himself. Let's take a quick breather. We'll come back with more.